Brace yourself. The U.S. economy just got slammed in 2025. Only 73,000 jobs added in July, way below the 109,000 Wall Street bet on. And hold up, May and June job numbers were slashed by a jaw-dropping 258,000. Is Trump's tariff gamble tanking America? Or is the Fed asleep at the wheel? Stay tuned for the truth that'll blow your mind. The jobs report Bombshell. It's Friday, August 1st, 2025, and the U.S. Labor Department just dropped a jobs report that's got Wall Street shaking. July clocked in at a pathetic 73,000 new jobs, miles below the 109,000 Bloomberg's experts forecasted. But here's where it gets wild. May and June job numbers were revised down by a combined 258,000. That's right. America's job market is hemorrhaging strength faster than anyone saw coming. Healthcare and social assistance tried to save the day, adding 73,300 jobs. But the federal government? They slashed 12,000 jobs last month, leaving the federal workforce 84,000 lighter since its January peak. So what's the deal? Is this a temporary hiccup, or are we staring down the barrel of an economic meltdown? Trump's tariffs, hero or villain? Let's flip the script and dig into the real question. Who's to blame? Former White House economic advisor Alex Jaquez didn't hold back in a Newsweek interview, saying Trump's, quote, chaotic trade policies are dragging the economy into the dirt. Peel back the healthcare numbers and the U.S. has lost jobs for 3 straight months. Manufacturing, shrinking for 3 months in a row. Construction, flat as a pancake. Trump's promised industrial renaissance? It's more like an industrial ghost town. Michael Negron from the Center for American Progress doubles down, telling Newsweek that these disappointing jobs numbers are just the latest red flag. Inflation's creeping up, business investments tanking, and consumers are tightening their wallets. Trump's tariff strategy, pitched as a way to bring billions back to America, is starting to look like a wrecking ball. But is it really the tariffs, or is something else pulling the strings? The Fed's stuck in the hot seat. Now let's talk about the Federal Reserve, because they're in a pickle. Fed Chair Jerome Powell decided to keep interest rates steady this week, even as Trump's been screaming for cuts. After this jobs report, Trump went full blast on Truth Social, calling Powell a disaster and demanding, drop the rate. He claims tariffs are flooding the U.S. with billions, but the numbers tell a different story. Here's the twist. Even the Fed's not united. 2 governors, Bowman and Waller, voted to cut rates in July, something we rarely see. Meanwhile, mortgage industry veteran Melissa Cohn told Newsweek the economy's been chugging along, giving the Fed no reason to budge. But with this weak jobs report, the pressure's on. Will Powell cave and slash rates in September? Or is he betting the economy can weather this storm? The silver lining or a mirage? Before you start panicking, there's a glimmer of hope. Realtor.com's chief economist Danielle Hale points out the unemployment rate's holding steady, showing some resilience. Why? Hiring's slowing, but so is the labor supply, keeping the market balanced, for now. Plus, earnings are up 3.9% year over year, a tad higher than recent trends. But let's be real. With inflation rising and consumer spending cooling, is this stability just a mirage before the crash? The big picture, what's next for America? So let's think backwards. Everyone's pointing fingers. Trump at the Fed, experts at tariffs. But what if the real issue is deeper? The post-pandemic recovery leaned hard on American consumers, but they're starting to crack under pressure. Businesses aren't investing, and global trade tensions are spiking. If the Fed cuts rates, it might juice the economy short-term, but it could also fuel inflation. If they don't, we risk a slowdown turning into a full-blown recession. Here's the truth nobody's saying out loud. Tariffs might bring in cash, but they're strangling growth in key industries. Manufacturing and construction aren't just stagnant. They're warning signs of a bigger collapse. And the Fed? They're walking a tightrope with no safety net. September's meeting could be a game changer, but will it be too little, too late? Closing call to action. America's at a crossroads and the clock's ticking. Are we headed for a comeback or a crash? Drop your thoughts in the comments. What's really driving this economic mess? Smash that like button if you want more truth bombs like this, and subscribe to Libo News with the bell on so you never miss an update. The economy is shaky, but we're here to break it down for you. See you in the next one.